Hi everybody, it's Amy at Crafty Cat, and I'm back to work on the Winter Fashionista Journal, and I have all my envelopes ready. I want to show you guys that this actually came out no different in color or glittery than it was when I showed you yesterday. The only thing is it kind of, that paper that I put on top is kind of covering some of the glitter, but I knew that would happen. But it's still, I don't know if you can tell on camera, but it's definitely glittery still. So that was a success. I had questions about that paper, and all I can say, like I mentioned, my niece gifted it to me, but it's like a tissue paper is what it feels like. Maybe like a little bit stronger tissue paper, but the thickness of tissue paper. And then it just has the thinner spots and the holes and all that, like a handmade sort of paper, but really thin. So I don't know. She got it in Arizona, and I haven't been able to find anything just like it. So that's kind of all I know. So I apologize about that. But I thought it would just be perfect on here. So I ended up using it. And I did add a little piece of lace down the side because I had folded it twice trying to figure out how I wanted it. So I just put that lace, but it kind of looks like snowflakes. So, but that's all I've done since I saw you guys. And I did cut some of these envelopes just because I was trying to figure out how I was going to put them together. So what we're going to start with is this envelope, which will be the base piece. So what's going to happen, and I don't know why I didn't think of this yesterday. I didn't even need to do this front part with the snowflakes. I could have left them off because we're going to attach it right onto there. But first we will be putting on some ribbon before I attach it. But I'm going to make the whole thing first, and then we'll worry about that. So this will go on just kind of a silvery sort of seam binding. And then this, I'm trying to figure out. I'll have to figure that out once it's done, because it's going to have to tie around all these envelopes as well. So it might be like, maybe I won't put it on until the end, because then I can just tie it over the top. Yeah, that's probably what's going to happen. Sorry, trying to think of all the steps in order, right? Or you mess yourself up. So I have, sorry, I've got like a frog in my throat today. Again, it seems to be my winter thing that I do a lot. So let's see, I have printed some of the kit pages out, the different kit pages. So I just want this. I don't have a window envelope or window cover for. I have it for the number 10. So this comes with the Winter Fashionista kit, and it'll just go right over that envelope. I'm trying to decide if I want to cover the inside or not, but I'll figure that out. Let's do this one first. But this one is a bigger window. I don't have anything for that, so we're just going to kind of collage on this one, I think. So how is everybody? I hope that you're all doing fantastic. I want to say hugs and blessings to Pat, Annette, and Nan. Thank you guys so much for always watching. All three of you have watched me for a long time. You're always awesome, kind comments, and I really appreciate all of you so much. So thank you, thank you. Just good friends. Okay, so I think what I'm gonna do is just kind of, collage these, and we'll see where we get to. I don't know how far we'll get with all of this today, but I'm gonna try to at least get the little stack all together so you guys can see it. If not, we'll revisit it again another day. I won't do it without you guys, because I did have some people mention they wanted to see how I did this, so and it's been a while, so there could be some hemming and hawing going on, because yeah, I did a bee journal with one of these on top, and I'm of course doing it a little bit different too, so it's never exactly the same. I'm just going to tear this across the top since it didn't tear right. And then that should fit down there. Is it too small? How did I do that? Other than I know I ripped the top, but think I'll do like that. We can go up a little bit more. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Because I want to get it covered up well. Let's do a little bit of this. I'm going to use this Mermaid Lagoon. That seems to be my favorite one for these sort of wintry. I do like the Blueprint Sketch too. It's another good color for doing wintry things. Oh, glue stick is over there. So yeah, just cruising along through my day. The sun is finally out. It was all foggy this morning when I walked. But now it is shining, so that is a happy day when that happens. I can't do that. I was thinking I might go around there, but that's not going to happen. I think I'm going to close this side, and I just thought of that. So I'm going to have to put something else over there because I think I want it to open at the top because it's going to have envelopes all the way around it. So I think it has to be opened at the top. Sorry, it's always the logistics, right, of trying to get all this to come together correctly. But I'll deal with that after. After the fact. Just do a little extra and I'll fold it over wherever it's too much. Which is a good trick. And I got that from Gail Augustinelli when I would watch her do the collaging of the envelopes. It is easier to use the number 10 window envelope covers, but you don't get the collaged effect, so you can. Do it this way. It's mostly just getting around the window is the trick. I'm going to bring it down just a little bit. I don't care if it covers the window a little bit, that's fine. And then we're going to do this. And I'm going to cut this off up here so I'm not that worried about it. Do that now. I'm just going to take a tiny bit off. And now it's open at the top. So I'll have to close up the side with something. But that's fine. It'll work. Like this. Maybe I'll use another piece of this one since I already tore it. Try to get it close. And then I'll have to tear that side again since I did it crooked. So what are you guys up to right now anyway? You enjoying your new year? We're doing good. Just first day of hubby being retired. So yeah, he ran to the post office for me. That was awesome. Maybe I want it this way so I make sure to keep this. Oh, except I'm going to have to tear a little bit more. Oh, I'm struggling today with the logistics of it all. I'm not going to tear it all the way down because I know what you're saying. The snowflake. And I don't want to lose the snowflake either. Just a little bit more. I need to get rid of these though. A little bit hanging over is fine. I don't mind that, but just trying to figure out our cruise stuff right now, because we're going to go on a cruise for the first time with the kids in August. And they just notified us that they're getting rid of 2 of our stops, our excursion stops, and adding 2 different ones, but they're not where we wanted. So it's like, I don't really understand how they can do that, but you know, when you've paid and all those things. So I'm not really happy about that, but we're trying to get it worked out. Oh, this is a like glue eraser, if you're wondering, if you haven't seen one before. I got mine, that one, I think, at the dollar store, I think is where I got that. So, do I want a different one? I don't know. Maybe a little bit of the black would be good. But I only need like something like that. So yeah, that wasn't the best news I've ever heard, because we already had picked out our excursions and everything. It's crazy. And we could cancel it, but there isn't anything else around the British Isles, which is what we are wanting. So anyway, that's kind of a bummer. My husband and I have done one other cruise together. We went to Alaska, and that was very fun. I think I want to turn it this way. So I'm excited to go, and I'm really happy the kids are going to go. Man, I am not doing well with this today at all. Okay, so I just need a little something along there. Do I have any? I don't really have any washi that'll work either. I don't really need it that big. That doesn't go. Could just put one little bit, huh? It doesn't need a big strip. Just put some little snowy bits. a little thinner. Yeah, that'll work. So yeah, you can decorate these up however you want. You can do, you know, one big piece of paper, although getting around the window is almost impossible. But yeah, if you have the patience and everything to cut it so that it'll go around there, or you can just cover it too. You don't even have to have the window if you don't want it. That is always a possibility. Then I think I want some kind of old paper. Is this long enough? No. Just use this music paper. I already tore it. And this will close up that envelope. So we're just going to do like a strip. I do like that. It says February 1933. We'll use it somewhere. I have to see if this is going to fold okay. Forgot about that part. I always forget about that part. Yep, it folded nice. Sometimes it cracks, breaks, so that's not the best. I'll just trim it where it's kind of hanging over a little bit. And then also if you decorate it, you can use a little piece of like old music paper or book page or whatever. That'll help bring it all together. Didn't do that very well, did I? Man, that's loud. Whatever it was. All right. So that will be our top loader, and we need to do like a thumb notch or something in it. At about the center. I think that looks right. It's gonna have to be right now. Do a little blue in there. This ink pad has to be the inkiest ink pad because I have had it for ages and it does very dark. All right, so I'm not going to worry about decorating it yet. We're just going to get these covered and put together so that you guys can see how that works, and then we'll work on decorating if we get that far. Okay, so this one needs to go this way because that's how I cut the number 10 window envelope cover, because otherwise purses would be upside down. So it's going this way, and it's just going to go on there like that. Sorry, one of my hairs. I used the vintage photo to ink this, but now that I'm using that Mermaid Lagoon, I'm like, I should probably do that on there too. And you can also go around this, which is what I probably should have done with the other one, but I forgot. And that just helps because you always end up with one little spot or something showing, and then it's white, so it's distracting. So it just helps to cover that up. And you can just wipe it off of the little window. And oh, I need to decide. It's going to have to be a top-loading one as well. Just, well, I guess you could flip it out and have it open because this one's going to attach to it. These ones are going to flip and flap. And I think I might scoot it down just a little so they'll be off kilter from each other. So then we're going to need to trim that off. I think I do want to cover the inside of this. So I think I'm going to open the top and the bottom, and then I can just close up the bottom again. Oh, that's just going to give me a tube, huh? No, it won't, because that side's open. Sorry. Oh, my word. And I want something on the inside. I know it's blue, so it could work, but I just would rather it be one of the prints, so that's what I'm going to do. So whether there's a tag or not in there, you'll still see something. I don't know if I want that one though. Yeah, I kind of like that one. And you don't need to cover the whole thing, obviously, because you're only going to see that. But since I'm going to do a thumb notch at the top, I probably do want to cover quite a bit of it. The good news is I can print these as many times as I want. So it's sort of like just making a journal topper, because you're just going to keep adding more envelopes onto it, and then you're going to put the whole thing on the front of the journal. So it really is just a journal topper. It's just a different way of doing it. Yeah, that'll work. So then we'll seal the envelope closed. When we cover it, we'll cover the bottom just like we did the side of this to close up the envelope, and voila. It definitely is a process, but really what you need to know is you need a base envelope that is whatever the size is that you want. And all the other envelopes are going to hook to the back of that envelope, and it's going to hook down to the cover of the journal. And that's the gist of the whole thing. So I hope you guys went over and checked out what Nancy's up to. And by the time you see this, I think Mitzie will have a video too. So, and as I mentioned, if you didn't join me yesterday, I said Carol was going to be part of this, and she just has had a family member very sick, and her little puppy dog, and she's just got a lot of other things that she needs to be doing. So, and that is fine. We just pray that everything is okay. Because we can do this, or, you know, a journal together another time, and that's fine. What's important is that her family's okay. Okay, so that will get closed like so, and you just see a little bit, but I just like that better than this, even though it's blue. But you definitely could just leave it like that. You don't have to do it the way I did it. I'm going to put just a little glue on here, even though those strips are pretty strong. Just don't want it to come undone. And I think I'm going to put a little bit on these too, because they're kind of pokey and weird. I don't want them getting caught up on a tag or anything. Okay, and then when we cover it, we will cover across the bottom. So now the trick is to get this on as straight as possible. I think I might just go ahead and cover the whole front of the envelope, and then, yeah, and then I'll trim it. That will probably be the easiest way. This is getting all sticky. I haven't done one of these kind of things in a while. I'm all discombobulated. But you just got to think through your process always when you're doing these things, because, and I'm sure I'll mess something up, but it just helps, hopefully not to make a bunch of mistakes, because it's easy to do. That is for sure. You think, oh, I'll just do this, and then you're like, oh, but now that won't work. Yep. It's the thing that we do. I'm going to go ahead and go just around the edges. Make sure it'll stick well in along these edges, because I seem to always miss those when I glue. Go around this a little bit too. And if you get glue on your window like I have done, because my hands never are great, you can use, after it dries or whatever, just use a little rubbing alcohol. If you can't, just wipe it off and on a Q-tip, and that'll work. That works nicely. And this is made so it's just a tiny bit, you know, bigger out the side and everything. So hopefully, you know, you're going to get good coverage. That was our goal when my son and I made those. It was mostly him doing it, but I just had the idea. He's like, oh, Mom. So now that's all covered, and I can just trim around this. Except the bottom, I'm going to try to remember to leave a little extra so that we can fold it over and close that envelope up. Now, you can also tear these, like if you like more of the collage look, like the first one, and you want them all to sort of have that look. You can definitely tear this, like just have it go around the window and then tear it wherever and finish off the rest of the envelope collaged, and that works too. You don't have to use the whole piece, kind of like I'm doing here. I mean, there's loads of things you can do with these. You can make completely different pockets without even having a number 10 window envelope, because I know a lot of people don't have number 10 window envelope. So you can just you can make different style pockets, and I do have a playlist. I think it's called number 10 window envelope covers, and I've tried to go along and put as many of my videos as I could find at the moment in there, so that you know, you can get some ideas. Okay, so there's that all covered. And then now also, yes, you're right, you got to cover the back, because it's, oh, I sealed that. I need that flap. See, I knew I would do something messed up. Sure enough. Yeah, because it's got to attach to this. I forgot about that. Okay, well, I'm going to close this up, and then we'll deal with that problem next. I can put another, oh my gosh, Amy. I can put another little flap over there. I totally spaced that. So remember how you're going to attach these, but we can attach another flap to it. It's not the end of the world. It was just a dur moment. I knew there would be one, at least one, if not many. You were probably yelling at me, how are you going to attach it? Yeah, I don't know. Dur. So we'll put another flap over there is how we'll do that. This one's going to go this way, I think. I'm trying to decide, do I want... maybe I want one between, because these both have, have windows. Okay, so let's work on that. Let's get something for the back. Betty Ann's paper in the blue. So I'll just leave an extra flap out over this side. Yeah. I'm good at that. So I'm going to just cover the whole back of this with glue too. Where's my... Okay, you know what I'm going to do? Thumb notch real quick. So we remember where this one opens. Yeah, this is going to take a little bit. We might have to do 2 videos for this. I think it's better to cover them, though, before you attach them all together, because, you know, that just makes it harder. Then you got all the weird spots to get to that are kind of tricky. Yeah, it's already been 31 minutes. How is that possible? So thank you for the paper, Betty Ann. Super nice of you to share with me. I appreciate it. I don't love dyeing paper. I don't mind doing coffee dye in the summer, but that's about it. I'm not much of a paper dyer. Okay, so I'm just going to go right up to the corner because we'll have our extra flap out that side. Try to get right up to the edge there. Yes, it's a lot of covering. And you don't have to totally cover them like these white envelopes. You could coffee dye them and just go with that. You don't have to do all this cuckoo nonsense that I'm doing. So, yeah, if you coffee dyed them, you know, you might want to cover inside the window or something like that, but you don't have to do all that. And then you could just decorate them, which would be a lot easier. But this journal's not really a coffee dye style, so I guess what I could do is cover the rest of the envelopes and then come back and we could put it together. That might work. And I just cut it off. Oh my word, Amy. I'm having a struggle bus today. Okay. So maybe we'll go ahead and use the music paper again. Some days you should just probably stay in bed. Let's do it. I had a nice little flap I could have had right there. I don't want it covering that though. I guess I'll attach it like this. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Please don't make as many mistakes as I did. I shouldn't have said anything about mistakes. My daughter has another job interview. Well, she never had the last one, but on Wednesday. So keep your fingers crossed. It's a really good job, too, if she got it. That would be fabulous. Yeah. So hoping that she gets that one. She needs to get started, you know. It's always that the first one is really hard. And then after that, it seems to be a bit easier, at least, hopefully. But that first job is always hard. I told her, don't feel bad. I never had a job in my degree, so. Because I have a degree in psychology, and I only have a bachelor's, and you really have to go further for psychology, unfortunately. Let's get this going the right direction. That would be helpful. Okay. Go this side. And I didn't ink it, but oh well. I think I was just making that a lot harder than it needed to be. So now it will go like this and attach back here like that. I'm just going to trim it a little bit. You can attach things with washi too. So that is another way to do it. Okay, so that one will go back there, and we'll put that one on so that it goes between them, but that doesn't matter. I'm going to stagger these a little bit. So what I'm going to do, I need to make sure, yeah, just make sure you don't make it longer than what your cover is, because that would be something I would do. I'm going to trim this paper here, because you don't need that extra bit, right, to attach. It's not needed. I kind of want it to tear, but of course it's not going to easily. Okay, so then we'll attach that on there. Okay, I'm going to pause so you don't have to watch me fight with all these envelopes any longer. And I'll come back with when they're all just covered with paper. I won't decorate them. And I'll show you how, you know, we can put it together from there. So I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. I didn't hook them all together. I did accidentally hook one, another one, because I just got, you know, in the zone. So we hooked on this one at the back, and then this one I covered with just a strip of this paper and the back in blue, and I did attach that envelope flap onto there. I actually did it correctly. And then this one, I did attach this to the top just because, you know, it's going to be easier. It needed to get covered on the back. So I'm going to put this one on here about, I think I'll go up just a little bit with that one. So all I did, this is one of the window or the CD envelopes, and there's two of them on a page, so they're not huge, as you can see. And I just put some of that netting with the snow that you can get at the dollar store, and I printed on both sides, so that's why you can see the print through there. It's just printed on both sides with some of the kit pages. And then it's going to flip up like this. This isn't going to be the easiest pocket to put something in and out of, so I'll probably just put something that will, you know, fit in the window there and not really worry about making it super close to the edges or anything. And then this envelope I just covered with the blue on the back again and the brown. And like I said, we'll decorate them together, but I just wanted to show you how to put it together. So I'm going to put this one on this side at the back, and they're all going on that this envelope. The back of this envelope is how we're attaching them. Okay. So I want it sort of like right there. And you also want to think about, as it gets thicker, you're going to kind of have to mess with this because, you know, it's not going to fit as snugly as the first one did, right? So just kind of give yourself a little room. So that it'll attach nicely. Sorry, I did not think it would take me as long as it did to do those, and I thought I'd be able to do the whole thing with you, but yeah, it always takes longer than I think. So I'm going to just scoot it so you can see a little bit of the blue paper from that inside of that envelope, and I'm just going to fold it over and kind of fold it around because it's kind of going around now. And this I'm not going to worry about because that's going to get glued down. And this one opens at the side. This one opens at the top. That one opens at the top. What did I do with the other one? Oh, no. Is it stuck now? I just stuck it just now with that. So we'll cut that off too. That was not smart. I'm just a whole bunch of mess ups today. These kind of projects always throw me because they're just really not very easy to plan for. And stuff always ends up going wrong. But that's all part of it, so I guess it's good if you guys see that there's lots of goof ups that happen, but you can usually fix a lot of mistakes. But it's good to know that we all do make mistakes. It's not, I mean, I do this every day and I make a million mistakes. So, okay, so that goes like that. Or that one goes like that, that one goes like that. And then this I wanted to put down here, so you'll see it hang out a little bit. I kind of made that a little too short, so that's how I'm going to fix that. I'll just put that right along there, and I'll trim it once it's dry. I'm going to just let it be, because it's not a very thick strip of paper that it's gluing to. I want to make sure it's not gluing together. This one I just covered with a piece of the yellow snowflakes and the blue paper on the back. So, you know, kind of a theme there. And you could do all different papers. It's just kind of fun to have a place to write since we're doing a journal. So that's going to go there. This one will go on here, and I'm going to have it about right there, I think. So that's going to look cute down there. Little, I think those are supposed to be flowers, but they always remind me of snowflakes, that trim, and I get it at Hobby Lobby. And I'm going to try to remember not to glue that little edge down there. Try. I said try. So we'll start here and kind of go like that. This over here can get glue, and that's fine. These are really fun, and I forget about them all the time, and I do love doing them. They do take some thought. Oh, see, I just did it again. They do take thought, so just know that if you try to make one, it's a process. And the good part is, it's all just, a lot of it is used envelopes and whatever, so you can just start over if you have to, you know what I mean? Don't stress about it because it's not worth stressing about. Oh, like that, for example. Which one was that? How did I do that? Oh, I glued that. Oh my goodness. I did it at the top too. I'm gonna just mess up that paper. I'll have to put something on those pages. Man, I'm a mess today. I'm telling you. It looks cute on that side too with the little snowflakes. So we'll decorate these pages with something so that we can put a handbag there or something. So all my little boo-boos don't show. Because there's lots of them. Off to a great start, y'all. Okay. So this now goes this one, then this one, then this one, and this one. You kind of do every other. I'm sure you're seeing that now. And then once they, that needs to go in the back. And this one I didn't decorate it or put any paper on because I'll just do that when I decorate because I don't want to cover it all up. I kind of like that back there. I may end up putting something there. I don't know, but and this one will get glued all the way so we won't have the problem that I've been having with gluing the flap to other things. Looks like a kid got a hold of this one and drew on it. It's fun. And that flap goes there. So all the flaps are on the back. So that way, that way. This one lifts up, that way, and that way. Okay, so just to give you an example, we could put like this down here and turn this into a little tuck pocket. So let's just do that. Is this one smaller? It's too small. Like it's, yeah. Okay, so we'll use this one. I think I'll just go ahead and trim that right there. And that way that'll cover my little boo-boo and it'll be a nice cute little tuck spot. So all these little trim bits and things are in the kit. And this is the main kit that this is in. So we can tuck a tag in there. And it is a little bit bulky on the front of your journal, but as you know, once it's tied and folded for a while, it'll calm down. But it's just a fun little thing to put on the front of your journals. And I'm not going to attach it yet, just in case there's something else that I am forgetting or want to do to it. I did get glue there, but it looks a little bit icy, so I guess it's all right. Okay. Just a little bit of glue because it's not going to hold like anything bulky, just maybe one tag or something. One image. You could make something like this and just have it as, you know, a little fun Happy Mail piece or whatever. You don't have to do all this for the top of a journal if you just want to make one of these. Like if you're just starting out or whatever. That's a good sort of practice-y thing. So there's a little tuck. We could put a tag in. I'm just going to put the lady there for now so I don't forget. And then that has a side opening. This has a top opening. Then this one will come over. It has a side opening. This one is a side opening, and I haven't cut a thumb notch in that one yet. I'll put it at the back just so it's not... looking for this. Okay, so that one goes that way, this lifts up, and this one goes across like, oh wait, how did I, no, it goes like that. So you want every other. That's kind of the, I mean, you don't have to, it just is fun that way. And then this will connect to the top, and then when you tie it closed, that'll all just be on top and attached down and will stay nicely. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope it was clear. I'm sorry I was so bumbly today. My goodness. And we'll continue on and decorate it and do all that. But for now, yeah, I'm just going to kind of set it up and let it dry. So I hope you guys have an awesome rest of your day, and we'll chat again soon. Love ya. Bye.